And now you are not saying anything. You know, with all the people that no longer have dialogue, I'm beginning to think that this is because of memory limitations on these PlayStation 1 memory cards. That with so many towns and people to talk to on this one memory card already, definitely memory is a concern. Ooh, I see that up there. Oh, hold on a sec. I gotta finish talking to you. You've recovered, Jersey. I'm glad to see you on your feet and full of youthful life again. Do you and your friends need a few of the beds to rest and recover? And we don't even get a custom message this time. I'll just say yes, though. Sleep tight then, my dear lads and ladies. And what happens if we say no? And, should the music have restarted? Then please be careful on the roads and do not let yourselves get killed now after you survived all of this so far. Oh, so what is this fragment? HP. Hey, can you start the music again? Okay, it's weird enough that the music did not come back after doing that, but it's especially weird that the music's not playing on this map. Because usually when you map transition, it automatically tries to revert to default audio. Or rather, well, yeah, it would automatically start playing the song that is tied to the map. Hold on a sec. Okay, I just turned up the volume on my TV here. The music is playing. It's just playing really, really quiet. So whenever we rest, it's turned down to the lowest possible volume, and they kind of forgot to raise the volume back up. We should go ahead and try to find a way to fix that. There we go. We got louder music again. So Balest should be waiting for us down here. No, we got 3 party members to manage now. 3 new party members. By the way, in between streams, I think I'll go ahead and do this trading quest right here. I've already done a lot of the trading on camera, so I'll finish it up and do it off camera in order to get the... whatever it is, the hilts that we need in order to get the best weapons. And they are all waiting for us right here. That is kind of nice. Well, this is it, everyone. We are the only ones left to finish this journey. There's still an 8th party member. But, much as it kills me to talk like an Elvinian, we're all each other has in order to see it successfully through. So, we ready to do this? Yes. Tez and I are with you to the end. I may have just begun this adventure with you all, rather late into this story to be sure, but I am going to stay to the end from here as well. And of course, you all know that we would never forgive ourselves as angels of heaven if we ran and left you to fight alone this far into the game. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like you are breaking the 4th wall there. Maybe not, though. Maybe it's a coy way of breaking the 4th wall, but this far into the game is an actual saying. Then, let us be off, everyone. Next stop, to save Sebelhan. And we're getting a memory card change. Well, it's a good thing that I set up the next memory card right before the stream. So, while we're waiting for this to load, here's my concern. What levels are our new teammates? Here's the thing. Only characters in our current team gain experience, so I'm going to have to start swapping in and out characters in order to ensure that everybody keeps up, because you never know who the game is going to wind up forcing onto our team. In fact, I am... Where is everybody? Well, let me finish my thought. I am very much certain that at some point we are going to be forced to use each and every one of these characters, so I definitely want to make sure nobody falls behind. I guess everyone has packed up shop. Can't say I blame them considering how close we are getting to the Dark Lord. Hopefully we can bring back the peace needed where the marketplace can be bustling with Elvenians once again. Okay, let me check something real quick. Somewhere in the guide it mentioned which memory cards this trading quest was available. Or so I thought. Or at the very least it mentioned what the final memory... That's what I'm trying to find out. What the final memory card is that we can do this. There it is, between Scenario 5 and 12. Well, we are on memory card 12 and nobody's here. And I don't know when they will come back. The fact that they are not actually here, I see no reason why they would be gone and then come back. They are probably gone because there was not enough memory for them to be here. That's a problem. So, what I'll do is I'll load up my previous save from the start of the stream, go through everything we did already. This is partly my fault, but at the same time, the guide said memory card 12, and I thought that meant we could do this on this memory card. But I'll go ahead and do the trading quest and get everything set up so that we can go ahead and have that stuff for our trip to Sebelhan. Hello everyone, welcome back to this game. When we last left off, Jersey joined our team. And I just noticed that she has 1 HP. Was she never healed after that last fight against Gorgon? Huh. Okay, well, we'll have to keep that in mind. Not going to heal at the crib though, for reasons which I will explain in a bit. Let's go over some equipment situations instead, because I have been doing things in between streams to save a little bit of time, starting with changing equipment. For example, I swapped out... Oh, what was Dusk wearing before? It was the item that boosted his defense by 20 points. He's not wearing that anymore for other reasons, which I will explain in a bit. And I have given him instead the Leaf Pendant. Meanwhile, I have updated Tessera's, Bolus's, and Jersey's equipment. Tessera has the Cherub boots, which are a more stronger version of the rabbit feet from earlier in the game. Keep that in mind. Also some other random equipment like Leaf Pendant and the Magic Circlets. I gave Bolus the Elven Bow and the Elevis gloves. And Jersey, I have given a Glumzamber. Speaking of Glumzamber, I also have another spare one. On account, Dusk's North Cross has an ice element attached to it, and I may need to swap to a weapon that is not elemental, depending on what enemies we wind up fighting in the next dungeon. As for their spells, let's take a quick look at what they have. We already looked at Tessera. Boles doesn't have any magic spells. Jersey has the same spells that she did whenever we were fighting in Bella's. And in regards to Tex, Boles has the Steel Tornado for 40 damage on all enemies, Helmbreaker for 85 damage on one enemy, and Flash Bomb petrifies a single enemy. So that is that. It is unfortunate, by the way, that Jersey is still all the way down at level 8. And I also can't help but notice that she, for some reason, doesn't have a class, or rather a skill. Not that that really matters. Hopefully the fact that she's still at level 8 is not going to be too much of an issue. RPG Maker 1, unfortunately, does not have an option to force a character to a different level. There is an option to change how much experience they have. It does not immediately level them up until they fight in a battle, so it's not immediately helpful, but that probably would have been useful for this situation. What else? Alright, the fact that I am in a completely different location than before. I did some exploring, trying to find random items. First off, apparently in Lelia Cave, where the squid boss was, there was an Affinity Fragment on the previous memory card number 11. I wound up stumbling upon it while looking for a certain shop. More on that in a bit. I also found another ray of hope in the respawning treasure chest in Itsuki, and I found a new item in Princess Madison's home. It is a honey clover. Restores 85 MP. That's gonna be nice. I have not yet been to SAU. I stopped here because, there's a problem with this place. As it turns out, on memory card number 12, the crib is absolutely broken. If I go into this place right now, I am not getting out. For some reason, the exit is gone, and if I try to leave, I'll just find myself out of bounds in an endless green void. So, that's unfortunate. I promise you that I am not trying to purposely find glitches anymore. I'm still just finding them by accident. So we got Lori still here. Everyone is safe now, thanks to whatever you four did to drive out those awful beasts and the furry-ear vampire woman. No one was hurt at all. Lynn, Dusk, I do not know what trouble you have gotten yourselves into, but if there nows lurks some form of evil about the world that no normal human like myself has ever before imagined, and you two are resolved to combat it, then please be careful. And come back to school soon, alive. And we got a piece of Magi bread. Okay, what's that? 200 MP. Nice. And that is all you do. And we can't go inside. Okay, now to make our way back in the general direction of Naraka. And I want to bring up a couple of things. First things first, SK, one of the game's developers, has notified me of the situation where the guide said that I should still be able to do the trading quest on this memory card, but am unable to. According to SK, and I quote, Scenario 11 used to be both 11 and 12 at one point because somehow I managed to have such an unbelievable amount of dialogue in the scene where Jersey joins that we had to have 11 be just the Tessera joining scene, and then 12 for Jersey. but I rewrote it in order to save data and be able to conflate the two. And since this happened towards the end of development process, neither Lantis nor I thought to update the information through the walkthrough accordingly, where it said which scenarios you could do the trading on. My bad. Also, conflate? SK, you know so many words that I don't. Oh yeah, and along with that, I have found out what the deal with this one accessory is. RS is brooch, whichever. Raise Cephadorn's brooch. It is that upside down cross we found earlier, which is why it has the guard minus 666. Now comes the next thing. So, if you recall, I ended last time's stream without saving so that I could go back to memory card 11 and finish the Naraka trading quest on account of the situation where it is no longer available on memory card 12. I couldn't finish it. Here's the thing. One of the shops here for trading requires that I buy some rabbit feet. There are no more shops that sell rabbit feet. I checked every shop on memory card 11 and not one of them was selling rabbit feet. It used to be that you could get rabbit feet in the shop up at the castle, but it has, at this point in the game, been replaced with the cherub boots, which are not the same thing. So, without the rabbit feet, getting the legendary sword hilts is kind of impossible. It was not a complete loss at the very least. Part of the trading quest involves getting, let's see, what were they called? Jeweled bands. Those items that boost 20 defense, you know, like I had dusk wearing for the longest time. Earlier in the game, I did at least get 2 of those jeweled bands, and they are the last item required in order to get the sword hilts. So, as much as I was not wanting to give the jeweled bands up, it was really important for me to get at least a couple of the sword hilts. So I have now, which one are they? I forget which ones they are specifically. No, I think one of them is the Pegasus horn. I forget what the other one is. By the way, SK is in the chat right now. SK says, I think there was a dungeon where enemies might drop rabbit foot as an item. Don't remember, you'd have to look at the guide. Well, if they do, I'm not really certain about that. Let me double check this. I will at the very least double check right now. But as far as I'm aware, the guide did not mention any enemies carrying rabbit foot. No, all it does is mention shops where you can buy it. Nothing about any enemies where it can be dropped. So if there are any enemies that do drop them, I have no idea which ones. Definitely a bummer that I missed my chance to get all 4 of the sword hilts. If I had done it earlier in the game, I would have been able to do it. Oh well, there's always New Game Plus. And I do plan on doing New Game Plus, at least to some extent. I won't necessarily show off the entire game all over again, but I'll at least cut in for some highlights or something. Okay, I believe that is everything that I wanted to bring up. Eventually, I'll bring up why I chose the sword hills that I did, but for now, let's just go ahead and do this.